My name is Alissa White-Gluz. I am the vocalist of Arch Enemy, and I'm also a creator on Patreon. Actually, I just turned 34 years old about a month ago, and that officially marked the time that I can now start saying that I have been singing in metal bands for more than half my life. It only recently, like in the past decade, became my full-time job. I had a lot of different ideas for jobs in mind when I was growing up. So first I wanted to be a professional baseball player. Then I wanted to be an astronaut. And then I realized that I was sort of excelling just by word of mouth in the arts more than anything. So first I was doing paintings, I was getting commissions to do murals, and then I started really getting into local bands and going to a lot of local shows, like literally like 3 or 4 a week. But then eventually it got to a point where I just ended up finding a band that needed a singer, and I thought, well, I'll just try it out. I've sung in plays before and I just sing for fun. That's how I started my first band. I've always been a fan of emotional music, and I don't mean emo, I mean emotional as in conveying a mood or conveying a message. So I initially thought I would probably end up in more of like a punk or hardcore genre, because that type of music is typically more linked to the types of social values that I hold dear, but acoustically, metal was calling me more. I think people might have sometimes the wrong impression about metal, just in the sense that they might think that it's just really angry and aggressive and violent. But a lot of the times it's really sophisticated and intelligent. In terms of musicianship, I personally think that the musicians in metal are some of the most talented musicians in the world. World-class guitar players, drummers, vocalists, and quite often the shows are really powerful experiences for the people in the audience as well. I personally I'll make my own clothes for stage sometimes. I love poetry, I do photography, and these are all things that I've loved to do, but because the music industry has taken on such a new format where the main source of sustainability for any musician is touring, me and my band will tour 200, 250 shows a year. There's not a lot of time left for me to actually devote to these other passions that I have. So, by making my official fan club and having just my Beaslings there and knowing that they appreciate those other forms of art that I do, now I have this freedom to be creative in whatever way I want and know that there are people there that appreciate it, and so it's actually allowing me to reopen those doors that I had closed off. One of the features that I offer to the Beaslings is to do this live Q&A with me. Basically, it's just like a chill conversation. I encourage everyone to grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just sit there as if we're sitting together in a coffee shop and just having a nice conversation. And so they're welcome to ask me any questions. For me personally, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but after the first one, I was like, I should do this more often. That was fun. I mean, social media, it basically takes you and turns you into a product. It's advertising to you nonstop, whether you think it is or not. And I'm personally sick of that. And so I wanted somewhere where I could just interact with my closest fans in a way that's just direct and honest, and nothing is popping up over the screen, and they're able to just talk to me. And so that's what I'm able to do now.